All right, UFC 300. Main event, Alex Pereira versus Jamal Hill. Who you got?
Give me Jamal Hill.
Oh, my God.
Give me Jamal Hill.
I'm going Alex.
Well, everything screams to pick Alex.
Yep, that's why I'm picking him.
It makes sense.
Yeah.
But there's one thing about Alex is he's slow.
Yeah.
He's a little slow, and Jamal Hill's got speed.
Yeah.
And Jamal Hill can thump. He can thump harder than Izzy. He's not as good of a striker, but he can thump.
How much better is Alex's chin at light heavyweight, though? You know what I mean? Like,
It's probably better because of the dehydration.
yeah. I mean, it's question marks, though, right? It's no, like, you don't know for sure.
Jamal Hill's also from Michigan,
That's true.
so
But Alex
I'm a
Pereira
little
is
biased. Little biased.
so handsome.
Well, they're both better men than I will be.
Yeah.
So
Alex Pereira, I think, is the scariest looking human being on the planet. Just to look at him, I think he's a terrifying human being.
Cain Velasquez is pretty scary.
Oh, yeah, he was pretty scary too. Vanderlei Silva was a scary looking guy too.
Yeah, he was.
Just the imagery of it, especially with this
Yeah, it was terrifying.
that thing.
I mean, Rampage with the chain.
Yeah.
But anyways, I think if I'm Jamal Hill, I'm using that speed, and I might mix in the takedowns a little bit, but I'm using that speed, and I'm doing the Sean Strickland approach. I'm gonna press into him.
Yeah.
Okay. I know Strickland got bit for it, but he was going straight into him. He wasn't cage cutting, and I mean, look how good he did against Izzy.
Yeah.
Right, and he cage cut more than that. And I think Jamal Hill's got more power, and he's faster. He's more athletic. I think he's got a chance.
Is Jamal Hill, this is just me talking out loud, thinking out loud, is Jamal Hill capable of being perfect for 25 minutes?
No.
Because he might have to.
He's not. You're right. He might have to.
If he doesn't hurt Alex,
He's got to hurt Alex.
he's got to be perfect for 25 minutes,
He
right?
can't do that.
So,
I mean, that was an ugly fight against Glover Teixeira.
so is the bet here inside the distance?
Yeah.
Is it,
I think I'm picking Jamal, again, with some biasy,
yeah.
but Jamal's got to finish him. Jamal's not going to outpoint him unless for some reason we just see Jamal Hill come in with wrestling shoes and singlet and we didn't know
Yeah.
he had that capability. But Jamal Hill, second round knockout, is what we're going with.
I'm going Alex Pereira, third round knockout. I just made that number up.
You know,
No, I don't know. All right. Zhang Weili versus Yao Zhaonan.
off the top of my head, they have one shared opponent. They may have more, I can't remember, but it's the Jessica Andrade.
Yep.
And they both finished her similar.
Yeah.
Jessica came in aggressive, boom, boom. They both put her down. I'm going to go Weili, though.
Yeah. And still.
And still, not much more to talk about on that one.
No. All right. This is the sad one. Justin Gaethje, Max Holloway.
When's the last time Max fought at 45?
At 55?
No, I know 55, but 45.
At 45 was a Korean Zombie.
And how long ago was that? Was it a year ago?
I feel like it was in the fall. Maybe.
Was it that soon?
I think. Because he beat the brakes off of him, and I think it was
Good.
round 3. Zombie just came out, just went for broke.
I think Max has more of a chance than we're giving him. Everyone thinks it's going to be a lamb going to slaughter, almost like a Tony Ferguson versus Justin Gaethje.
Yeah.
Because we got that Dustin Poirier fight in our head. But if I remember correctly, that was 48-47, wasn't it?
Yeah, so I misremembered that fight. And I rewatched it not too long ago, and Max looked okay. Like, he had a couple bad rounds, and I think most of us remember those rounds where he
Got
kind of
bullied.
got hurt. But he didn't even get dropped.
He didn't get dropped.
Like, he's never been dropped.
So,
But you know who else has never been dropped before they fought Justin Gaethje? Tony Ferguson.
did he drop Tony?
No, but gee,
He ended his career and took 5 years off his life. But
R.I.P. Tony.
I think Max, I brought up that 45 point because I forgot how long that Korean Zombie fight was. Maybe he's a bit bigger in this fight than he was against Dustin.
He looks thicker.
Yeah, he looks
I've seen some
big.
media
He's a little
stuff where he
older now.
looks
He's
thick.
what, 32, 33?
Yeah.
I think he's 33. But anyways, he's finally filled out. I think he's got a chance, but again, I'm going to go Justin Gaethje, third, fourth round TKO.
Oh, TKO.
TKO. We're finally, that granite chin is getting cracked, and it's going to be a sad time for everybody.
This is sad no matter what, because I'm going to be, no matter who loses here. This is one of those fights where you just don't want anybody to lose.
You don't. You want them both to win.
I kind of think Gaethje maybe finishes him too, and I'm upset about it.
Yeah.
Let's move on. I'm sad. Charlie Olives, Arman Tsarukyan. This line is wide.
What's the odds?
Oliveira's like a 2.5 to 1 underdog. Which to me, like, I understand that Tsarukyan is maybe the future of the division.
I mean, he made his debut against Islam Makhachev and stole a round from him.
But how can Charles Oliveira be 2 to 1 against anyone? You know what I mean? Like, 2 to 1's a lot. That's a wide line.
So he finally erased that image of himself being the quitter, right?
Oh, yeah.
And when he fought Islam, those doubts crept back up. They crept back up. He did not look good in that one. But what I will say, Charles used to do flying attacks as like a blitz.
Yeah.
Like a flying knee or a flying jump kick, flying whatever to close the distance, and that's when Islam was making him pay. If you notice his last time out, he didn't do that.
It's clean.
He was a lot cleaner.
Yeah.
So if he brings that performance that he did against Benny Dariush, he has a solid chance against Arman. Solid.
Yeah,
so
for
it depends if he's got the Islam mindset where he's just jumping in and attacking.
Yeah.
It's gonna be bad. Another thing is Dustin Poirier, Michael Chandler, Justin Gaethje did not have the top position Arman has. So Arman's not going to be afraid to go down with him. I know Chandler played a little bit, but Chandler also got his back taken. But Dustin and Gaethje wanted no part of his ground game, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Arman, if he drops him or hurts him or whatever, does not give a fuck. He's going into that guard and he will finish the job.
For sure.
I want Charlie Olives. He's a jiu-jitsu guy. We're jiu-jitsu guys. I'm picking Arman. This sucks, but I'm picking Arman. What about you?
I'm gonna pick with my heart. I'm gonna go Charles. I'm calling. To me, this is, I don't know. This is a close fight to me.
I think it's. I would say 55% Arman, 45.
That I think logically that's a good.
That's like I'm just
pick.
Slightly favoring Arman.
Yeah, but
like,
I'm still just picking Charles because I love him.
Yeah, man, I like it.
I love him.
I like that Jamal Hill pick.
Yeah.
Just the biasy.
I think Bo Nickel. So here's my thought on the whole Bo Nickel thing, right? The UFC is, they can't let him lose until he gets a ranking because he has so much star potential. They're not going to give him somebody that they think can deal with his wrestling. Because if they let him lose now, there's like 3 pay-per-views worth of stuff that they lose out of his potential star.
If you look also at this middleweight division, they're notoriously weak when it comes to grappling.
Yeah.
So it's a great division for Bo. But
For
yeah,
sure.
let's go Bo first round.
Bo.
Whatever he wants.
You got this, Bo.
Yeah.
Yuri is an underdog against Alexander Rakic, which I think is a little interesting. The line's closing. It's getting closer. More money's coming in for Yuri. Last time I looked. But I think that's interesting.
I'm going to pick Rakic.
Are you picking Rakic? Rakic?
Rakic.
Rakic?
Yeah, because he's got underrated wrestling in top position.
Yeah.
And if he brings that to this fight, he should be able to just lay on top of him and ground and pound him and just cruise to a 3-round boring decision.
I think I might go Rakic because Alexander. Because it's a 3-round fight.
Yeah.
5 rounds I might go Yuri because I think he would just hang in there.
Yeah, there's more chaos.
Yeah, he would wade through the madness and find something.
Yeah.
But I think Alexander Rakic as well.
Yeah, I agree.
Kather Sterling.
I'm going with Sterling.
Yep.
Sterling's got some of the best jiu-jitsu in the game. His back taking ability is unreal.
Yep.
People forget what he did to Pete Orion the second fight.
Yeah, not that first one.
But he had some great back control against him. So, Calvin Kattar, thumps hard, could catch him, but he's not the striker Sean O'Malley is. Sean O'Malley, beautiful striking, has the ability to strike on the back foot. Calvin Kattar is more like an old leather boot. He's tough, he'll throw down.
Yeah.
But I think Sterling should just work him over.
So I'm going with Sterling, and to me, it's based on he has more than one avenue to win, right? Yeah. If Kattar keeps it, say it's on the feet the whole time, I would maybe lean towards Kattar a little bit, but not overwhelmingly so, right? But then Aljamain has a second way and probably a better way to win, you know. And then when we mix it all together, I just think that gives him the edge.
Yeah.
The weight moves are interesting too. You never know how that'll go for people,
He's
but
a big guy, though.
he was a huge bantamweight.
Way too big.
Ginormous.
Yeah. So his chin will be better too.
Yeah, for
Ideally.
sure.
Ideally.
Yeah. Holly Holm versus Kayla Harrison. Does she make the weight? How about that? We'll start there.
That's the fight in itself, right?
Yeah.
Because she made, what was it, 40 once or 45?
She fought at 45.
It wasn't 4. Was it 45?
I think it was just 45, right? In the PFL. And then
No, it wasn't 40. I know that. It might have been 45, and she said it was so hellacious she'll never do it again.
yeah.
And that was 2-3 years ago.
Supposedly she did a test cut.
Yeah, but you don't get smaller as you age typically.
No.
So if 45 was near impossible for her 2-3 years ago, how's she gonna look?
Yeah. Well, and she's kind of like that. She's like a girl. Not sorry to bring your boy up, Ben Askren a little bit, you know, where she's a little clumsy on the feet. Like if she gets a hold of you, it's gonna be a problem. And then Holly Holm, her movement's really good.
Yeah.
She belongs in the division, like has fought at bantamweight. We've seen it happen.
Yeah, we have.
And then Kayla Harrison, say Holly Holm's footwork holds up. I mean, is she so depleted at 35 that she just gets knocked out?
Well, Ben Askren could have been the champ if he got in the UFC earlier. Let's just throw that in there. But anyways, the thing about this fight, what I think is interesting is all those points you brought up. Holly Holm is early to mid 40s now.
Yeah, she's old as shit.
So this isn't like a prime Holly Holm we're talking about
No.
either. So
Is it a prime Kayla Harrison?
no, I don't think it's a prime Kayla Harrison. I mean, I think her prime was in her Olympic career when she was winning world titles then.
Yeah.
I think that was her prime. I think she's a little out of it now. But I
Yeah.
don't think she's as far gone as Holly, nor has she had the damage Holly's had.
Yeah. So I don't have the balls to pick Holly Holm, but I think that the line should be way more narrow than what.
There's a good argument
They have
for Holly. There is.
Yeah.
But I'm going Kayla.
Yeah.
I'm going to go with submission. She gets it done.
Yeah. I can agree with that. Sadiq Youssef, Diego Lopez. I mean, there's a lot of hype on Diego Lopez. He looks good. I'll be honest, I've watched both these guys. I'm familiar, but I couldn't break it down nearly good enough.
I think it's going to be a close fight, 3 rounds, and it's going to be controversial. Not that anyone's going to care that's going to be controversial, but it's going to be close either way. But I'm going to pick Sadiq Youssef.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's do that. Why not? We'll agree. Okay, I love Renato Moicano.
Yeah.
He's what his last few post fights have won me.
Well, yeah, he's good on the mic now that he understands English.
He wants money.
Yeah.
Moicano wants money.
Here's the problem. Jalen Turner can hit.
And he's long. He's so big.
He's probably going to knock him out.
Yep. Remember the Jalen and Dan Hooker? Like Dan Hooker's an absolute dog.
Dog.
Absolute dog.
We talk about Dan Hooker versus Poirier.
Oh yeah, that
One
was
of the
one
most-
of the greatest fights of all time.
Yeah, and no one talks about it.
No.
But they took they took years off each other's life.
That's one of the ones I rewatch from time to time,
Yeah.
just because I'm like, this is off.
And it came down to the last round.
Yep.
Like,
How many gillies did he jump?
well, don't be silly. Jump to the gilly.
It's so bad.
I mean, he's going to get one before his career ends. He had
I don't think his career might end in like 3 months
Well-
when he fights Islam.
he had Benoit hurt, terribly hurt. And instead of finishing him right away, he went for another guillotine and then finished him with punches.
Okay, so here's what happens with Dustin Poirier is he's going to try the guillotine Islam Makhachev.
Hey, yeah, it's going to bite him.
Yeah, there's like a 95%
It's gonna-
chance that he jumps a guillotine on Islam Makhachev and gets mauled. But I guess like that 5%, if he pulled it off, he's already a star. But then everybody's going to be like, oh, he's a genius.
Yeah. They're
Yeah.
going to be like, he's got a nasty guillotine.
Well, then all of our white belts are going to start jumping guillotines.
Well, I jump guillotines, so
Yeah, but you have a really, really good guillotine, and you compete in jiu-jitsu and not MMA. That's a big difference.
I'm just a little too soft for MMA.
Well,
That's the real. Let's get down to it.
wasn't going to bring it up. But,
Yeah, I mean, I'm a little insecure about it, but I can admit it.
well, in bottom position in jiu-jitsu is fine. In MMA, it's not.
No, you cannot.
That's the whole problem.
It's get on top, stay on top if you're at MMA, which that should be for jiu-jitsu too, but it's got watered down. But yeah, you can't play guard in MMA.
No, unless your last name is Oliveira or Burns or something.
Or Ortega, and you're going against somebody that has little to no.
Even Ortega, I love Brian Ortega. But part of the reason I love Brian Ortega is he gets the shit kicked out of him for 20 minutes, and then he subs people. I love that.
He's almost like a Diaz brother.
A little bit. He's yeah.
Right? But he's not.
Through the fire.
Yeah.
Until it's over.
I don't think he's as good. It's like, well, I don't think he's as good as Nick was. Maybe there's some arguments about Nate, but like Nick Diaz was for the sight to see.
His grappling's absolutely elite, but his striking,
Ortega's, yes.
Yeah, but it's like he's like 2 notches below. His striking's improved a lot. Don't get me wrong.
He's got good striking.
All I want is for Brian Ortega and Mackenzie Dern to one fight camp, just go to Penn State and train in the wrestling room and forget everything else for one camp.
They should do it.
They could go together.
Yeah.
You know, like how cool would that be?
Yeah.
They could do a YouTube channel about it's just them at Penn State.
Yeah. They got to learn how to wrestle.
Holy crap.
That neither of them really got it.
I'm getting upset just thinking about it.
Yeah, it's kind of sad.
Jessica Andrade, Marina Rodriguez. I like Marina Rodriguez in this one.
Well, I do too. But again, it's your 3rd fight in. About time to open the refrigerator, get another beer going. And then if you catch it, you catch it. If you don't, you don't. But we're going Marina Rodriguez.
I think Jessica Andrade is a little beast, but she's getting a little past her prime.
A little long in the tooth.
Yeah. Yeah, and Rodriguez has looked good against just about everybody. Yeah. You know. Bobby Green versus Jim Miller. That's another Saturn where I would prefer neither of them lose.
Yeah, but I think I like Jim Miller a little better.
Yeah.
I think Jim Miller's better, and I think he should use his grappling advantage for this. And I think he will win. He might get dicey in a couple exchanges.
Yeah.
But I think he's capable of getting a submission, rear naked choke.
Sure.
He's got great back control.
Yeah. Bobby Green, I think, has maybe a little bit underrated wrestling defense.
He does.
He's good at staying up, right? That's the battle to me.
Yeah.
Where does the fight go?
Jim Miller's just a student of the game.
Yeah.
He stays in that gym year round.
Yeah.
Whether he's in fight camp or not, but he's at least probably in his jiu-jitsu practices, teaching jiu-jitsu, doing this. Like, he's in the gym year round.
Yeah. Is this Jim Miller's last fight? He hasn't said it, but do you think it is?
You know, if he wins, I hope it is.
Yeah. I did 100, I did 200, I did 300. I've got the most wins, I've got the most fights. A win at 300, I think I'd take the gloves off.
Yeah, just dip.
Yeah.
It's a solid career.
I'll go Jim Miller, too.
I mean, he had a couple title eliminator bouts. Never got to the title fight, but it's about as elite as you're going to get in the game.
Yeah.
It really is. Only a small percentile to get to that championship caliber.
Yeah.
He was right there.
I think I got Miller by decision.
It's not bad.
Okay, and Figueiredo versus Garbrandt. I think Figueiredo knocks Garbrandt's head off.
Correct. He's gonna knock him out or TKO.
Yeah.
TJ Dillashaw stole Cody Garbrandt's soul and chin.
Little snake in the grass.
And Cody's never been the same.
Yeah.
And guess what Figueiredo can do?
Hit.
Yeah, he can hit. So it's gonna get ugly. I don't think Cody's faster. I don't see Cody winning this.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I like Cody. He's got a cool neck tat.
I think he only wins by being evasive.
Yeah.
That's his only path is like evasive on the feet.
But he doesn't like to be evasive.
No.
He likes that dog fight.
Yeah.
He just doesn't have the chin for it anymore. Probably too many wars in the gym.
Could be. Yeah. So what? All right. So we got. What all did we agree on? We disagree on main event.
And we disagree,
kind of.
And then we disagreed kind of on the Oliveira Tsarukian.
Yeah.
Granted, we both have some biases with that.
So our agreed upon picks are Whaley, Justin Gaethje, Bo Nickel, Alexander Rakic, Aljamain Sterling, Kayla Harrison, Sadiq Youssef, Jalen Turner, Marina Rodriguez, Jim Miller, Devinson Figueiredo.
Yeah.
Yeah. Get your parlays ready.
Lock them in.